Morning friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel Medical Classes by Dr. Srinidhi Kumar Acharya. Don't forget to subscribe my channel and also please give your valuable comments. And you can also visit the playlist. In the playlist we have provided almost all the topics in a very systematic order so that it is quite convenient for the study. So we will continue with the Bala shosha part 2. In the last class we have seen some of the basics related to Bala shosha and where we are explaining that food should contain all the 6 important components. It should be a complete food. Now, food should be taken daily by considering the caloric requirement of the growing child. So whenever we are administering the food or child is taking the diet, so always we believe that present day knowledge, it says that food should be always caloric rich food. But this concept never exists in Ayurveda. But Ayurveda will not say that you should take this much of calorie. But Ayurveda stress only one fact, that your food should contain all the 6 rasas. Sarva rasabhyasam sukha karanam. Okay, and food should contain all the essential panchamahabhutas. All the 5 mahabhutas should be there in your food, and essentially your food should be sarva rasabhyasa. If it is ek rasabhyasa, it is vyadhi karanam. If it is sarva rasabhyasa, it is sukha karanam. That's the criteria instead of caloric requirement. But anyway. Now, the possibilities why the child may have some of the nutritional problem or diet related problem is the child will be deprived of proper nutrition in the following conditions. These are some of the conditions where child may not get the proper nutrition. Number 1, poor nutrition. That means poverty is there, less quantity of the food has been taken, or incomplete, balanced food is not taken, incomplete food is taken. So this is one possibility where the child will be a victim of some of the nutritious disorder. Okay, malnutrition disorder, because poverty is the biggest curse, and in case of poverty you cannot take the quality food. That's the number 1. Number 2 is some of the social issues. Sometimes child may also suffer with some of the malnutrition problem or related problems because of some of the social issues like child neglect, or maybe there is child abuse or child labor, etc. The lot of work has been taken by that particular child, but less food has been given to eat. Okay, so just to survive. So that is one issue. Third one is malnutrition. Typically the malnutrition, there are so many pathologies related to digestion and metabolism which results in malnutrition. That means whatever food you are taking good amount of the food, quality food also, but that quality food is not get converted into its end products, and end products are not available there. Suppose you take a lot of carbohydrate food, that carbohydrate food has to be converted into glucose, and glucose has to be broken down into form the ATPs. Now, at the end, a lot of expected amount of the ATPs are not formed. Similarly, the protein has to be get converted into amino acids, and from the amino acids again the different types of proteins are formed. Now, there is some metabolic defect in the formation of the amino acids, particular amino acids. That also leads to so many metabolic problems. Okay, so these all things concern under the malnutrition because of some of the pathologies. Another is malabsorption. There is problem in the absorption. The first one is there is problem in the utilization. Another is problem in the absorption. If there is some problem in the GIT, gastrointestinal tract, okay, so then the food which is digested is not assimilated or absorbed, and as a result it does not undergo the further metabolic processes. So this may also lead to malabsorption disorders leading to malnutrition. This is possible in case of hormonal variations, for example hypothyroidism, hyperthyroidism, the adrenal problems, okay, or some of the metabolic errors, GIT problems, GIT structural defects, etc. may lead to this problem. Now, again, surgical problems, certain surgical problems may be also the cause of malnutrition. For example, GIT surgeries, okay, so anastomosis of the GIT has been done, or congenital problems, so they may lead to this particular problem. Okay, diverticulosis, then sometime intussusception, sometime the GIT surgeries, then this Crohn's disease, okay, celiac disease, etc. Now, faulty methods of food intake, that is another important issue why child may be a victim of malnutrition. Faulty methods of food intake, for example, you are taking the viruddhaharas, we are taking the vishamashanas, okay, adhyashanas, sometimes anashanas. So totally the faulty methods of food intake as explained in our science. So that is also one of the major cause for the malnutrition. Similarly, increased demand and poor supply. Sometimes demand will be more and poor supply will be there. For example, pathologically, if I am talking, in case of a hyperthyroidism, the demand is more because metabolic activity is increased, but the supply will be less. Similarly, in case of poverty also, demand is more, but the supply is less. Similarly, immediately after recovering during the recovery period of any infection, from an infection, from for example after typhoid, after malaria, so body needs a lot of calories. Okay, so the demand is more, but you are not providing that amount of the food, so that may lead to malnutrition. So these are some of the commonest cause why a child may suffer with some of the malnutrition. Shushata, Bala, shosha. So why shosha can occur? Shosha can occur all of these problems because of all these problems. Now, when any of these cause, due to the above causes, the following sequences of pathological changes takes place gradually. So when this do happens, the following sequence of the changes will going to takes place very gradually. And what are the sequence of changes that takes place gradually? So that we will going to discuss in the next class. Thank you very much.